Hey everyone, this is the biggest war boss here, and look at this image. It looks kind of nice, doesn't it? You have Ben Gavir raising a glass of champagne, I guess, and yeah, they all do that there, and they're looking happy. At least Ben Gavir looking like have a time of his life. So you can wonder, why are they so happy? Are they winning? I don't know, a football tournament? Probably by bombing the opponent team, saying the Hamas under their opponents. But oh yeah, and no, we're gonna be nice. We're gonna be nice. Maybe they have imposed a law that giving every child in Gaza, healthcare and food and everything. Maybe there is something good in life. No, of course not. These fuckers have literally put into law death penalty. A death penalty that can be used against terrorists that is a threat to the state of Israel or want to dismantle the state of Israel. Now you can say, like, I say terrorists, not Palestinian, as they say here in this tweet. But if you think this law will be used against any other than Palestinians, you're shitting yourself. You are fooling yourself. Because these people are so depraved that they want to put a law making it okay for them to kill whoever they consider a terrorist. And we know they will do that because they have already been bombing and murdering Palestinians for decades, claiming it's terrorists there, terrorists that. And it is insanity. And they won't use that on their own. And if they do, it will probably be someone that is a anti-Zionist, that is, against whatever they're doing, because these animals have no fucking boundary. And when you're looking at Ben Gavir here raising his glass, sharing on this new law, you also see a golden noose on his jacket. And same with his friend beside him. And it is depraved that you share on death penalty. I am against death penalty everywhere. I think it is an inhumane thing to do, and how should we trust the government to decide who get to live and who gets to not? Especially when there is a government that might be targeting political enemies, for that matter, or a group of people that is already, suffering and subjected to whatever terror the state is making. I just find it so insane and so disgusting that these people celebrate it. And the right wing, the far right, and everyone, Zionists, the Nazis, white supremacists, they all think this is great things. Because, of course, they are worse than even the nastiest kind of animal. They are just vile. And then, of course, to, defend Israel and this new law, we have tweets like this from Ejal Jacobi. Countries with death penalty for gay people. We have Iran, Afghanistan, Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Mauritania, Qatar, Brunei. Country with death penalty for terrorists. First of all, you notice how they're trying to make it like, yeah, they have a death penalty for gay people. Another one I have for terrorists. So the terrorist one is obviously right to execute. The gay people are not. Which is kind of funny because these kind of people generally hate gay people anyways. So the fact that trying to use this as a smokescreen to defend the horrible shit someone else do is just insane. And no, it is all bad. Death penalty is bad. And I'm pretty sure no one is saying that, except of course these right-wing nut jobs. But they're trying to make it like, yeah, they do that, so we can do that too. Like, you're dense if you think that. And of course, country with death penalty for terrorists is just bullshit, because we know, like, United States, they have been executing innocent people, and many countries have had death penalty and used it nearly will, especially when there is an authoritarian at the top. And then we have that, guess which one Europeans are outraged over? And of course, people are outraged over Israel, because we all know, especially what Israel is gonna do with this fucking law. They're gonna be using it against Palestinians, because that's what Israel is. They are Palestinian murders. They are murders of like anything they can get their grubby hands on in the Middle East. And I want to clarify, and when I say Israel and Zionists, I don't mean Jews, but I know that it won't matter, because these people will still throw out anti-Semitism, that you are anti-Semite for talking shit and being against Israel and Zionists, because they want to conflate those two, Zionists with Jews. But they are two very different groups of people. Zionists are they're just evil. I would ever come to a day where I think the Zionists are worse than Nazis. Comparing with the power they have, Nazis don't have that kind of power the Zionists have today, and the Zionists are doing so much harm in the world right now. And this will only hurt one group of people, and it is Jews, because many that hate Zionists will at some point don't see the difference between Zionists and Jews, because then they will use that once again as like, see, they are anti-Semitic, and just because Zionists have been doing so much harm in the world. And then you have tweets like this: the law say death penalty for terrorists, not Palestinian prisoners. And my sweet summer child, you are having your head in the clouds if you think that Israel won't claim every fucking Palestinian prisoner they have is a terrorist. They will do that. They will claim anyone is an Hamas, those terrorists, and those can allow them to do whatever they want with them, murder them. And I have seen plenty of tweets talking about how people are, oh, why are you upset about Israel getting death penalty? Why are you not crying about Iran having death penalties or other Middle Eastern countries and all that? First of all, it is wrong. All death penalty is wrong. The thing is, though, we know Israel is supposed to be what these people call, the only democracy in the Middle East, and supposed to be a bastion of civility. And then they just, you know what, we're gonna murder them. And of course that is bullshit, everything of that. It's just so vile how these people trying to diminish the very fact that this law will be targeting Palestinians. And that can apply to like anything. They can probably go into Lebanon and grab people and say like, yeah, these are Hezbollahs. They need to be executed because they are terrorists, they are harm to the Israel state or whatever. This kind of law is written in that way that they can use it as a defense. Like, yeah, we are upholding the law here and executing whoever they're considering terrorists. And it is just insanity. And this should not be allowed. Considering death penalties should be abolished worldwide. I don't think that should be something that we do. Like, we are supposed to be beyond that. But these people are so evil and so eager to showcase this evil, and it's so tiring to see this. And then you have like people in the United States and the world all sharing on this, like it's a good thing, like, yeah, this is acceptable because we don't be used against terrorists and na. But it is just exhausting how these people are, because as soon as you say something against it, you are an anti-Semite. You hate United States, you hate Israel, you hate Jews, you are evil for being against the human rights abuses these people are doing. And they try to gaslight you. They try to gaslight the world with what they are doing. So I don't want people to forget this. That Ben-Gvir and many like him is celebrating this. Drinking champagne with a gold noose pin on their jackets. We all know what that means. It's not even subtle what they're trying to do. So yeah, Israel, once again, proving that there is no limit to how depraved and evil they can be. They're just going to escalate things. The same with the United States with Trump and everything. It's just going to get worse. These people need to stop. But the West, European Union and stuff like that in general, they won't do that. They are too shitty cowards, and they are too deep into this themselves. And I'm tired to see how these people are ruining the world and ruining so many lives. But yeah, I just want to talk about this because it is vile. It is awful.